Hello tomato growers! In this mini-series I'm going to be posting episodes on growing tomatoes in Arizona from seed. And this is one of the most challenging things I had to grow in Arizona, just because tomatoes are not designed to grow when it's 120 degrees or when it's 30 degrees, as we have both. So I will walk you through the process from starting the tomatoes from seeds to transplanting them into cups, to transplanting them into the garden or containers, how I prune them, how I fertilize them, and hopefully in the last episode I'm going to be showing you how I pick my tomatoes. So in this first episode I'm going to walk you through the process of how I prepare my seeds for planting, how I plant them, and how I care for my seedlings to get from these tiny little seeds to these beautiful little seedlings. Let's get started. So in Arizona we have two growing seasons. So you either start your tomato seeds in July or you start them in December. And those guys I'm starting in December. And as always, and especially because these are old tomato seeds, I like to soak them in water for at least 8 hours to speed up the germination process. And this year, instead of my little cups, I'm recycling these egg containers because I have a lot of them, so I decided to use them instead of wasting them. And I'm gonna cut the cover of the container, and that's gonna be used as my watering tray later. And then one side of the container where the egg cells are, I will use my meat thermometer, heat it up, and drill little holes in the bottom of the cells so I can water my seedlings. And then with the top part, I'm gonna cover them so they can be warm at night. And as always, I'm using my favorite Jiffy Seed Starting mix because it works well. I've been using it for a couple of years now and I'm loving it. And I buy it from like Costco or Lowe's or one of the two. Anyway, I put the mix in a tray and then I add water and I keep adding water until the soil has the consistency of wet sponge. Then I fill up my tray with the soil and I press it pretty firmly. And in addition to that, I poke holes with my finger to dense up the soil even more, and then I add soil on the top again. And then using a pencil, I drill 2 holes in each cell that are about 1/4 of an inch deep, so I'm gonna be planting 2 seeds for each cell or 1 seed per hole. Then I cover the container with the cover and put it in the top of the refrigerator where it's going to be nice and warm. At this point I'm not watering them because the soil is pretty moist, and I will just keep an eye on them every day and make sure that they don't germinate out of sight, because then they're going to get all leggy and spindly. So now it's day 7 and my seedlings have germinated, my seeds have germinated, and I was going to thin them out, but because these are really old seeds, they're 5 or 6 years old, a lot of them didn't germinate. So I'm just gonna leave all of them. I'm not gonna thin them out, and later I will separate them when it's time to transfer them into bigger cups. And now it's time to water them. So I'm gonna use that tray from the beginning of the video that is in the bottom of the cells and fill it up with water and let the seedlings sit in there and absorb as much water as they need. And you will be able to tell that they have gotten enough water by the color of the soil, and also the container is going to be much heavier than it was earlier. And now I'm going to let them sit in the window so they can get plenty of light, because if they sit on the top of the refrigerator they will get skinny and tall and they're not going to be healthy. And it's too cold to take them out, so it's going to be probably another 2 weeks before I take them out. Well, I was actually wrong. The weather here got nicer earlier, so I started taking them out, and because it's in the 70s outside, I have to water them a lot more often. And now it's time for watering, and I am going to water them with fish fertilizer diluted in water. So what I do is shake it up first because it settles in the bottom, and then I will add 1 tablespoon of fish fertilizer in half a gallon of water, mix it up very well, pour it in the tray, and just like with the watering, just wait for the seedlings or the soil to absorb the necessary amount of water. And something very unusual happened. It's early March here and they're predicting 96 degrees temperatures. So at this point I will keep the seedlings outside. However, I'm gonna keep them underneath the patio because that's too hot for them, and I will take them out in the sun whenever I'm outside, but other than that they're gonna be sitting in the shade. And that concludes the first episode. In the next episode, I am going to transplanting these seedlings into bigger cups. That would be step number 2. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below and I will answer them. And make sure to click on my photo to subscribe so you can stay informed whenever I publish episodes 2, 3, 4, etc. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye!